Kat and Curtis are nominated for eviction, but what will this weekend's Golden Power Veto competition entail? Find out now on Big Brother Cheesecake for Office Wars. Hello, I'm Andrew Shevzik Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake for Office Wars. It's day 61 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week Lindsay from customer service is the new head of household. She nominated Kat from accounting and Curtis from the warehouse for eviction. But the Golden Power Veto could still change the nominations. Who will win it? You'll find out tomorrow. And what will this weekend's Golden Power Veto competition be? We'll find out shortly. But first, the Big Brother Mario Kart luxury competition is taking place today. I will have the results for that on Monday's episode. What's going to happen is Kat and I are going to race from her house at around Eglinton West Station to Tom's Dairy Freeze at Royal York and Queensway, and whoever wins the race, their team wins a special bonus prize. So picking Team Kat, obviously, is Kat, and Brazil and Nick, who have obviously never been in a car with me. And picking Team Andrew is Curtis, Marcin, Lindsay, and CJ. So Lindsay's obviously been in a car with me and doesn't like it. Marcin, I think, once was in a car with me, and I remember I was angry that day, and so I drove really fast, and he clung on for dear life. And then CJ and I probably shouldn't say this on the air, but we used to finish our bus route at the same place at the same time. And then we would, for lack of a better word, we would see who would arrive back at the garage first while obeying all speed and traffic laws. But because I'm taking the highway and because Kat is taking arterial roads, it could go either way. There could be an accident or traffic on the highway, right? Google Maps gives it the same distance, so anything can happen. Not to mention then, parking there is kind of weird because you have to find a parking spot, and the rule is you have to actually park your car. You can't just drive onto the sidewalk and declare you're the winner. You have to park your car and then get out and get in line. And when I was there last time, the line went to Royal York, which is 3 blocks away. So I probably shouldn't be saying this because now Kat's going to... Damn it. Oh, well. Because I can just picture Kat parking and then being like, where's the end of the line? Oh, all the way down there. And then she's like running, and then I like come up behind her, and it's like Amazing Race style. I'm gonna get you! Yeah. Anyway. Okay, but we'll see who wins. It's not an earth-shattering prize for the team that wins, but it could affect the game. Okay, so then I said in yesterday's episode that when Lindsay nominated Kat and Curtis, one of them did not like it. And it did not take a rocket science to figure out that that was Kat, because Curtis is always very calm, cool, and collected. And so then the clause came out, and what happened was Lindsay, who got house guest choice? Curtis got house guest choice. He chose Brazil. And that left Nick as the one person not playing. But because Lindsay is going to the cottage this weekend, which she picked a really bad weekend to go, or camping, whatever, same crap to me. Camping, cottage, whatever. Up in the boonies. And terrible weekend she picked. It's like going to be 18 degrees Celsius, which if it's 18 in Toronto, that means it's snowing up north. So good luck with that. And hope you got heating or a space heater. And... yeah, so she's going up camping and she's going to lose reception. So she said she can't play in the veto competition. So she then, because Nick was the only person eligible, she elected Nick to play for her. And if Nick wins, it's his veto, which is a rule that has been in place since season 1. But of course, this did not bode well for Kat. And so she said, right after Lindsay picked Nick to play, so now everybody is playing except Lindsay is not playing. Kat says, shocker, Then she's quoting Lindsay. And one good thing to note, I am not able to play in the veto competition this weekend, so you'll have one less person to beat out, and then I guess Marson will be on the block, said Lindsay to me yesterday. Cue the Nick mindfuck this morning. Please, can Nick play for me? Well, it's Nick's HOH, right? Thought he should have the right to defend his nominations. I believe that was what you said to me yesterday. I guess you are a pawn king, Nick. My bad. Oh, 100%. This is Nick's head of household, and you're a fucking liar. So remember when you told me that it's common in Big Brother for a female alliance to form toward the end of the season, and that they commonly fall apart because of cattiness? I think, ironic cattiness, I think calling someone a fucking liar might fall into that category. Does calling someone a pathetic, two-faced fucking bitch also count? Woo! Nick then says, yikes. You've been sucking on Nick's tit since day one, so don't come at me about a girls' alliance. Enjoy your little crush. So I'm not the BB expert. Can you please enlighten me? Does this tactic ever work? Then Nick tries to change the subject with, hey broskies, just got off my surfboard. Do you all prefer grape crush or orange crush? I always grew up loving grape, but I think orange wins out in recent years. And then I later said that I prefer grape. Somewhere, I said it somewhere. I prefer grape. There is a pineapple crush, which is outstanding. Just thought I'd let you know. And pineapple makes your cum taste good. Anyway, Chantel screamed, ah! Oh, well. Kat says, I don't know. Ever heard of Janelle? She never won, admittedly, but is a goddess in this game for having her own brain. Oh wait, I forgot. This game was supposed to be nice. Don't nominate Jack. It's mean. Let's pick a good time for CJ to play while screwing over two others. Well, it's not a nice game. It's a nasty game, Lindsay. And if you are going to try and take me out, best believe I'm going to get nasty and fight. Okay. Well, I'm off to enjoy my loves in the park. Everyone have a great day. So that's when I talked about crush. Then I replied to Kat's comment about you've been sucking on Nick's tits since day one, and I said, in fairness, we all have. Lindsay says, careful, Andrew. Next you'll be hearing that if Nick wins, it'll be because you rigged the game. No matter who wins, somebody will say it's rigged. So anyway. Then everybody picked their time for the veto competition, which is Saturday, today, at 11 a.m. Now, I did get a hold of CJ, and she is working, she's driving, but what she's going to do is she's going to send me a message as to what the closest possible time to 11 a.m. that she could sort of get, like, pull over or be at the end of the line and sort of get a break, because the competition will only take about 10 to 15 minutes to play. So it's possible that the competition will start, if everybody's ready, a little bit early or a little bit late to accommodate CJ, which I will allow. But in the event she misses it, which I hope she doesn't, because she does want to play in it, but in the event she misses it, she is safe this week no matter what because of the department twist, so it's not the end of the world. But she said she's going to try her best, so we'll see what happens with that. And this competition was designed for 6 people, so I do hope that she shows up. And I believe that was all for the drama. Then, of course, then we talked about Big Brother 22 because apparently Dan and Derek are going to be on, and don't get me started on them. To quote, I forgot which queen said it, but this is not going to be Big Brother All-Stars. It's going to be Big Brother Some Stars. I mean, it's like, unfortunately, that's just the way it's going. Yeah, okay. So, before I get to the rules for the Golden Power Veto competition, I do want to quickly go through reality realness, and I'm already going long, but that's okay. Jojo, Jonathan, and Chantel put on another A+ episode. I actually took a lot of notes. I had 9 pieces of notes, so wow. Yeah, so first, Jojo's hair was on fire. He clearly got a haircut or something because his hair was just hot. I'll just say it. Who cares? And I was happy that maybe because he had it like cut and like nice looking, that he wasn't picking at it every minute, because in the previous episodes he was constantly touching it, which was driving me nuts. And yeah, and he didn't touch it until about the 1 hour mark, so I was happy. Then he did comment on my hair on day 54. I apparently had the whole mullet thing going. So right before the pandemic started, I wanted to get my hair cut. I could have still gone right before everything shut down, but at that point I was already kind of afraid of going to a public place to get my hair cut. So I didn't do it. And so now my hair is longer than ever. Kelly, Lindsay, my mother, Kat, they all love the long hair. I personally, I like long hair on other guys, but on myself, I don't like it. So it's really annoying. And I know, yeah, it's growing out stupid long in the back. Like, really, should I just, hold on. Ready? Yeah, I was considering growing a beard with it. My mother might collapse because the one time I grew a beard, she wanted to kill herself. But we'll see. There's still 25 days left in the season, so I could. But anyway, you people let me know. You people! Yeah, the Ruby Veto. How these three people, who are all candidates for All-Stars, don't know how any of these vetoes work is just beyond me. Part of me thinks it's an act, but I don't know. The Ruby Veto isn't even that complicated. If the golden power, and Chantal got it wrong when she was describing it, if the golden power veto is used by anybody to save one of the two nominees, the Ruby power veto holder can take the other nominee off as well, and the head of household has to name two people. That's it! What's so hard about that? Anyway, Brenda, had she quit, she would have not gotten a spot on jury, and Reality Realist mentioned would Megan or Brandon have gotten a spot on jury. And typically if somebody quits jury, because Charlene quit the jury in season 1 because she refused to vote for Jeffrey or Chad in the end, so I had to replace her with Chris, who ended up voting for Chad, much to a lot of people's dismay. Which is the one reason why I think Charlene and Chad never really met and never had an alliance ever, because wouldn't Charlene have voted for Chad in Final 2 if they were actually working together? But anyway, so it would have gone to the most recently evicted house guest prior to jury. Now, Brandon and Megan were both evicted on day 51. No, excuse me, day 44? Yeah, in the double eviction. And, am I right on that? Yeah, I think I'm right. They were both evicted in the double eviction. The rule is whoever has more votes to evict is the one in the lower position, which would be 11th place. But they both had 3 votes to evict. Then it goes to who won more competitions. They both won 1 veto. Megan won Survivor Man. Hi, Megan. And Brandon won Scrabble. So that cancels it out as well. Then it just simply goes to, because there's nothing else fair at that point. You can go to most votes cast prior to the eviction, but Brandon was never on the block, and Megan was on the block once, so I don't feel like it's fair that just because she was on the block once and got 4 votes that should count. If it's Survivor, when you're always vulnerable, that's different. So the rule is whoever did the best in the veto competition the week that they were evicted gets the higher position, which was Deal or No Deal. Brandon got 2,000, Megan got 61,000. But I feel like that would have been really unfair that because of the Deal or No Deal comp, Megan would get to go in jury and Brandon wouldn't. So if Brenda did quit, I would have put both Megan and Brandon on jury, which would have made it 8 people, which is an even number. And then Reality Realness is going to scream at this, but Reality Realness would have gotten the 9th vote. So sorry guys, Brenda stuck it out, and so we're sticking with the 7-person jury. I don't really think it's fair in Big Brother Cheesecake when the outsiders who weren't in the game, not seeing everything, get to vote. But I would have done that because I would have had no other choice, and that would have been the fairest thing. But yeah, so that scenario didn't play out. Okay, the HOH not playing in the veto in Big Brother Canada, I beat this issue to death, but what's funny is I was expecting at least one of them to agree with me, and none of the 3 of them agreed with me. So I'm the type of person generally when if there's 10 opinions, 9 will agree and I'll be the one that disagrees. And in this case, nobody who I've ever told that to has agreed with me that money is the reason why they reduced it from 6 people to 5. I don't care. That's still my opinion. Whatever. C'est la vie. At least we all agree that the rule sucks. We agree on that. Yeah. The sequester final 4 drag. Chantal said, I think she just misspoke. Chantal said that I don't understand the drag. I think she meant to say I don't like the drag. Which is true. I don't like the drag. But sequester is not Big Brother. It's a different game. Different rules. Fine. I just think when you get to Final 4, for the person in 4th to drag out somebody in 3rd and make them 3rd, That's kind of unfair, but that's just my opinion. What do I know? Quickly, because we're running out of time, the silent auction winners. Oh, in silent auction, when a house guest won a letter, I revealed that Curtis won the V, but not how much money he paid, because I didn't want people to work together and gang up on one person if they happened to get 3. So that's why it was kept anonymous. And yeah, Curtis was throwing the veto, as I kind of said, and he even said it in his video that he sent to Chantel into the house. Curtis got to, I think he had the V, the E, and the T, and he was just missing the O, I believe. And, or was it the other way around? I can't remember. He was missing one letter. And, yeah, the house guests, there were many house guests who could have bid a lot of money, because they did know that he had 3 letters. They could have bid a lot of money to prevent him from getting it, and they didn't. Finally, the jury house, Rai's comments that made Chantel scream about the come in the parking lot and all of that was all Rai. Everything from criticizing the other house guests to being chutzpah out of the house to the Arby's comments, that was all him. So write your letter, write your hate mail to Rai. Yeah, so I think that's everything. Now it's time to get to the rules to the Golden Power Veto competition. Only 6 house guests will participate in the Golden Power Veto competition. Lindsay, the head of household, is not playing. We have the 2 nominees, Kat, Curtis, and the other 4 house guests, Nick, Brazil, Marcin, and CJ. The competition will take place at 11 a.m. Hopefully, as close as possible to that. I will give some leeway to CJ to show up. It's a quick competition. It is a classic competition. It is called Big Brother OTEV, and here's how it works. OTEV is a classic Big Brother competition that dates back to Big Brother US Season 7, where, of course, we all remember when Janelle and James went for the last doll, and Janelle grabbed it out of James' hand, and James like, "You assaulted me!" And Janelle goes to hug him and goes, "I don't want to talk to you right now. That's bad. That's poor sportsmanship." In Big Brother Cheesecake, OTEV was won by Jeffrey in Season 1, Ashley in Season 2, and Julian in Season 3, which JoJo tried to use the Emerald Veto on, but Julian won it back in the random draw. So we'll see who wins it this season. OTEV is very simple. This season, OTEV is looking for a department. So I will ask a question, for instance, OTEV would like to know the department that was safe in Week 1. And the first 5 house guests to type in warehouse into the group chat stay in the game, and whoever's last is eliminated. Spelling and uppercase, lowercase doesn't count as long as it's clear that you're saying warehouse. If you're typing gibberish in, then obviously you're off. But you know, if you put warehouse and there's one letter off, like you miss the E at the end or you misspell it, that's okay, as long as it's clear that it's warehouse. In each round, 1 house guest will be eliminated. Either the last person to get it right or the first person to get it wrong will be eliminated in each round. So it's like musical chairs, and after 5 rounds, whoever's the last man or woman left standing will win the Golden Power Veto. One slight change that I made, very minimal change, is that just like in Season 3, in the beer pong competition, I will be having this competition live. And what I mean by live is I will be recording tomorrow's episode while the competition is in play. So when you get the results, when you see the results in tomorrow's episode, you're not seeing the results hours later. You're actually watching me as I'm typing in, as I'm like, you know, this is going on, this is what this person's doing, and whatnot, which is a little bit more exciting. I considered doing it on Zoom, but you know, it's a Saturday. Everybody wants to enjoy the nice, or the supposedly nice weather in June, and if we do it in the group chat, it'll be done in about 15 minutes. If we start a Zoom chat and we start chatting and one person's missing, we have to add somebody else, and then we start recording, and then we go back and forth, and then there's a technical glitch, and then I'm reading the question, what if one person didn't hear the question, and whatnot, and then it's a whole big can of worms, and I'm just keeping it simple. Sorry, Chantal. Yeah, so it'll be very, very interesting to see what happens. And this is the first competition that is based on facts about what happened this season. So, as Reality Realist has said, hopefully you've been taking notes. Okay, with that said, who will win the Big Brother OTEV Golden Power Veto competition? Find out tomorrow. Monday, will they use it to save Kat or Curtis at the Golden Power Veto ceremony? And we will have the results of the Big Brother Mario Kart luxury competition. Tuesday, the final 2 nominees plead their case, and we learn the rules of the next Head of Household competition and check in with Rai and Brenda in the jury house. And Wednesday is the next live eviction and Head of Household competition where another house guest will be fired from Dunder Mifflin, evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 4 house, lose their shot at the $400 Cheesecake Factory gift card, and become the 3rd member of the jury. I'm Andrew Shifts Moonves. Take care, and we leave you as we eavesdrop on the house guests. Good night.